meeting to order for April 12, 2023, and our subject meeting has been advertised and complied with to the provision of the Open Public Meeting Law. Please be advised the meeting is being audio recorded and possible delay or playback. Everyone, please rise to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Councilwoman Hess has an excused absence. Councilman Rakowski.
Here.
Councilman Morrissey.
Here.
Councilwoman Patton.
Here.
Councilwoman Sin. Here. President Randolph Sharp.
Present.
Mayor.
Here, entertain a motion for executive session and council meeting for March 8th, 2023.
Make a motion for executive session, March 8th.
Council meeting
Second.
And council meeting.
for March 8th.
Second.
Any questions? Roll call.
Councilman Rakowski.
Yes.
Councilman Morrissey.
Yes.
Councilwoman Patton.
Yes.
Councilwoman Sin. Yes. President Randolph Sharp.
Yes.
Approval of minutes of council meeting and executive session for March 22nd, 2023.
Make a motion for council meeting executive session minutes for March 2022, 2003.
And a second, please.
Second.
Any questions? Roll call.
Councilman Rakowski.
Yes.
Councilman Morrissey.
Yes.
Councilwoman Patton.
Yes.
Councilwoman Sin. Yes. President Randolph Sharp.
Yes.
Entertain a motion for payment of bills, please.
Make a motion that the bills have been properly audited and signed be approved for payment.
And a second.
Second.
Questions? Roll call.
Councilman Rakowski.
Yes.
Councilman Morrissey.
Yes.
Councilwoman Patton.
Yes.
Councilwoman Sin. Yes. President Randolph Sharp.
Yes.
Following reports have been filed and are available in their respective offices for review and will be included in the minutes. The tax collector's report, the treasurer's report, and the sewer report. Second reading, ordinance 2023-05, exceeding municipal budget appropriation limits and establish a bank tax. At this time, I'm going to open the meeting to the public for any questions or comments regarding ordinance 2023-05. Seeing none, close the meeting to the public and entertain motion, please.
I make a motion that ordinance second reading 2023-05 be adopted on second reading and published according to law.
And a second, please.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilman Rakowski.
Yes.
Councilman Morrissey.
Yes.
Councilwoman Patton.
Yes.
Councilwoman Sin. Yes. President Randolph Sharp.
Yes.
First reading, ordinance 2023-06, amend chapter 184, hunting and firearms, section 184, discharging. Entertain motion, please.
Make a motion, first reading ordinance 2023-07 be adopted as read on first reading.
This is 06.
06, I'm sorry. Be adopted as read on first reading, published according to law, posted in the Borough Hall with the second reading being held at our next regularly scheduled meeting.
And a second, please.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Councilman Rakowski.
Yes.
Councilman Morrissey.
Yes.
Councilwoman Patton.
Yes.
Councilwoman Sin. Yes. President Randolph Sharp.
Yes.
First reading, ordinance 2023-07, amend chapter 240, property maintenance code, article 4, enforcement. Entertain motion, please.
Make a motion that ordinance 2023-07 amending property maintenance code 240 be adopted as read on first reading, published according to law, posted in the Borough Hall with the second reading being held at our next regularly scheduled meeting.
And a second, please.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilman Rakowski.
Yes.
Councilman Morrissey.
Yes.
Councilwoman Patton.
Yes.
Councilwoman Sin. Yes. President Randolph Sharp.
Yes.
First reading, ordinance 2023-08, flood damage prevention. Entertain motion, please.
Make a motion that 2023-08 flood damage prevention, first reading, be adopted as read on the first reading, published according to law, posted in the Borough Hall with the second reading being held at our next regularly scheduled meeting.
And a second, please.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilman
Yes.
Councilman Marcy,
Yes.
Councilwoman Patton,
Yes.
Councilwoman Sims, President Randolph.
Yes.
Resolution 2023-102, governing body certification of compliance with the United States Equal Employment Opportunity Commission, enforcement of guidelines on the consideration of arrest and conviction records of employment discussion under Title VII of the Civil Rights Act of 1964. Entertained a motion, please.
Make a motion for resolution 2023-102.
And a second, please.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilman Lankowski,
Yes.
Councilman Marcy,
Yes.
Councilwoman Patton,
Yes.
Councilwoman Sims, President Randolph.
Yes.
Resolution 2023-103, introduction of the 2023 budget. Entertained a motion, please.
Make a motion for the resolution of 2023-103 and to introduce the 2023 budget.
And a second, please.
Second.
I just wanted to announce that tonight is the introduction of our 2023 municipal budget. On May the 10th, it will be the public hearing, at which time I will explain the municipal budget, and if there's any questions, you can ask them at that time. Thank you.
Roll call, please.
Councilman Lankowski,
Yes.
Councilman Marcy,
Yes.
Councilwoman Patton,
Yes.
Councilwoman Sims, President Randolph.
Yes.
Next, consent agenda. The items listed below are considered routine by the Borough of Lindenwold and will be enacted upon in one motion. If there's any formal discussion of these items, if that discussion is desired, this item will be removed from the consent agenda and be considered separately. Entertain a motion for resolution 2023-104 through 109.
So make a motion for resolution 2023-104 through 109.
And a second, please.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilman Lankowski,
Yes.
Councilman Marcy,
Yes.
Councilwoman Patton,
Yes.
Councilwoman Sims, President Randolph.
Yes.
Next, resolution 2023-110. Councilman.
Authorizing Remington and Verdict to provide engineering services for improvements at the Colonial Square Drive and Colonial Square Place areas.
And a second, please. Oh, sorry. Make a motion.
Motion. So moved. Resolution 2023-110.
And a second, please.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilman Lankowski,
Yes.
Councilman Marcy,
Yes.
Councilwoman Patton,
Yes.
Councilwoman Sims, President Randolph.
Yes.
Entertain a motion for resolution 2023-111.
It's authorization for Remington and Verdict to provide engineering services for the Community Development Block Grant for reconstruction of Dover Avenue.
Entertain a motion, please.
So moved. Resolution 2023-11 for Bipper Avenue Community, 111 for Bipper Avenue Community Development.
And a second, please.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilman Lankowski,
Yes.
Councilman Marcy,
Yes.
Councilwoman Patton,
Yes.
Councilwoman Sims, President Randolph.
Yes.
Well, our engineer report, and I guess you heard that you.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Seeing as we've just been approved for the roadway projects, we'll get started on this right away. So for me, got it. Another note here for the traffic signal warrant analysis for White Horse Pike and United States Avenue. We have reached out to the DOT. They did indicate to us that this month they would be completing their survey information, which would allow them to submit the design phase. Have not heard anything back, but as soon as we get it, we'll confirm the form. Municipal parking lot improvements were advertised on March 27th. Bids to be received on April 26th. We haven't seen any bid RFIs come through yet, but if we do receive any, we'll review and respond to those. And then the trust fund improvements to Lindentown Phase 2. Did send along the final change order and payment request from the contractor. Whenever we're able to get approval for that, we can issue that in PMRS.
The fire department for the last reporting period had 60 runs, there were 29 inspections done, 7 re-inspections. Cascade truck was sold since it was not being used. And I had the pleasure of attending the fire department installation dinner, which was a nice event. Also, it's a week or two late, but since we switched to daylight savings times, just a reminder that if you change or check your smoke alarm batteries, and if you are a homeowner, whether it be a single-family home, or a condo, if you need a smoke alarm, you can contact the fire department. They have limited supply of smoke alarms that they can come out and put in for you. The ones they put in use a 10-year sealed battery. You can call the fire department office at 856-346-0935. If you are a renter, that should be something supplied by the landlord. You should talk to the landlord. That's all I have, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. Council President.
I'm also reading Linda's reports for her tonight. The first one is the Lindenwold Police Department report. This is from March 2023, 31 days in March. Total calls serviced were 1,911. Traffic accidents were 51. Community policing 75. Traffic enforcement stops 111. Criminal complaints issued by officers 55. Traffic summonses issued by officers 38. Criminal complaints issued by citizens 45. Traffic summonses issued by citizens 1. Detective Bureau investigation 73. She also has given me the Lindenwold Public Works monthly report for March of 2023. This month they collected 731.93 tons of trash. Year-to-date is 2,104.83. Tons of recycling collected is 75.51. Year-to-date is 242.90. Bulk collection items collected for this month was 236. Year-to-date, 591 collections. Scrap metal pickups were 48 for this month, 142 year-to-date. Concrete picked up 2, year-to-date 4. Stumps logs picked up 1, year-to-date 5. There was 55 service calls this month, 19 stoppages, 1 main stoppage, 9 emergency calls, 27 markouts, 4 sump station repairs, trouble area jetted 1, pump stations vectored 1, Laurel Springs calls, and as you know, we also service at Laurel Springs as well. Service calls were 3, emergency calls were 1, and stoppages were 3. And that is from both of our departments there. For me, I have a few things. The first thing that I want to discuss is that April is National Donate Life Month. It's the month that we look at awareness and being thankful for donors who have donated bone, marrow, tissue, blood, and other organs. Currently, there are 100,000 people that are on the list waiting for some type of organ donation, the most prominent being kidney donations. 5,000 people in the greater Philadelphia area. And this one touches home for me. Just this past month, I had a friend who had a heart transplant. Very thankful for the person that donated the heart. For whatever reason, it wasn't successful and he lost his life, but he waited for almost 6 years for a heart. So it answered his prayer. Whether it was successful or not, it was something that he wanted. And so we're very thankful for the family that donated the heart to him. And then I also have another friend that recently got a kidney donated to him, and he's doing very well. So it's an important thing to think about. You can do it on the back of your driver's license. You can do it at the hospital, through your doctor's office. But just encourage you to look at being a donor for life and what the gift that it gives to another family. So I just wanted to acknowledge that. Also, I wanted to let you guys know that I do sit on the board of the Sheriff's Department's foundation. And each year, the sheriff picks different schools and communities to participate in his academy. And this year, I was able to select 2 areas. One school I selected was in a charter school in Camden, and the other one was Lindenwold School District. So this year, 5 children from our area will be attending the Sheriff's Academy. They will be doing all different things, going to the police academy, watching them blow up stuff, going on the battleship, and this year we'll be taking, I think it's 32 kids to Washington DC overnight, so pray for me, this will be an adventure, but 32 students overnight, and we like to visit museums and different things like that, and just show them an area outside of the area that they grew up in, expose them to some different things, so we're very excited, and I'd like to thank the parents that are entrusting the children to go with us this year from Lindenwold. Newsletter news, that you should be seeing a newsletter going out the first week in May. I know that we're collecting the information now from the different departments and things like that, and you have all the activities in, so that'll be hitting, going out very soon. And I think that's all. Oh, and then I received this today at work, and I just wanted to share this with you. Homeward Bound starts a new partnership for fostering, and this came out of the press release for Camden County. The Homeward Bound Pet Adoption Center has partnered with national nonprofit Best Friends Animal Society to save lives of pets in Camden County. The organization has created a new pet foster program, which will increase the shelter's capacity to care for vulnerable cats and dogs. This new program will allow cats and dogs brought into the shelter to be fostered by local volunteers until they are able to be spaded or neutered and adopted. And it goes on. If you're interested, I have a copy here. It's also available on the CamdenCounty.com website. Thank you.
Thank you. Just the Affairs Association is also working on the spay and neuter program to make sure we can try to get a lot of the counties that we're working on. Councilman,
Thank you, Mayor. At the high school, the school play was the wedding singer, and I have to tell you, it was awesome. There was times at that play that you forgot they were a bunch of kids up there. You thought that you were actually at a Broadway play. So they should do very well at the Cappy Awards. For all you who don't know, the Cappy Awards are what they are. They're awards. It's a national critics and awards program for the theater and journalism. Students are trained as critics and attend plays at other schools, and then they write reviews and then vote on them. So our kids should really do good this year, you know. But also at Lindenwold Middle School, People's Choice Awards are 4/26 at 7 p.m. The NJ High School introduction ceremony is May 18th at 7 p.m. Spring Concert School number 4 is May 25th at the Lindenwold High School. Lindenwold High School concerts May 26th at 7 p.m. at the Lindenwold High School. May 31st, Arts in the Park is at 6 p.m. I would imagine that's at the Lindenwold Park, it didn't say. And June 13th, the Lindenwold High School Sports Award program is at 6:30 p.m. I also want to bring your attention, this time of year, it's tax season. There's a lot of IRR scams out there now. And now the experts say is the reason they're doing this is because people are under stress to get their taxes done, and they make mistakes when they do that. But now there's a different twist on it. They're actually going as far as to doing your tax returns right and having you sign your tax refund over to them. So there's a big twist on here. Everybody has to be careful. And always remember, the IRS will always contact you by mail first. They will not call you. Okay, that's all I've got.
thank you. Councilwoman Patton.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Just wanted to, the library hours are posted on the official Borough Media website, so that is where it stands right now. Books, TV circulation, 142, sorry. Computer usage, 173. Adults, new members, 10, children, 4. The historic report. I would like to submit a story that was shared to me by one of our neighbors, Miss Jane Lavatino. She wrote a story about Lindenwold Library that was suitable towards children. And she writes, in 1952, 2 of our residents, Miss Margaret Mooney and Miss Viola Shoemaker, decided that our children should be allowed to explore their world by the way of books. The only library at the time was in Kansas City. In order to do this, both women opened up their homes to our residents to use as a place to get books. After all this was decided, the next problem was getting a good supply of books. The women went to Kansas City Library, which at that time was known as Camden County Free Library, and asked for a loan of books. It was all decided that the children in grades 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, and 4th would go to the home of Miss Margaret Mooney on Linden Avenue. The children in grades 5th through 8th would go to the home of Miss Viola Shoemaker, also I believe on Linden Avenue. If any adult wanted a book, they would go to either home. Carlton Rowe was a freeholder at this time and would bring books from the Camden Library and drop them off on his way from work. In 1965, Lindenwold Public Library finally had a home of its own at Schoolhouse 1 on the Whitehurst Pike. The two women who started our library were pleased that the library was in a school. They were both school teachers at one point in their lives. In 1972, the library was moved to a small rancher down the road on Linden Avenue. Then in June of 1975, ground was broken for the present library building. The building was built on the same lot as the rancher sat. When the present building was finished, the rancher was demolished. On December 20th, 1976, the building was dedicated to Miss Viola Shoemaker. No one seems to know why the building was not dedicated to both women, but it's unique that the building does sit in the middle of the road from where the two women's home first held books to start our library. And as far as public events, we are in need of more volunteers, more so than ever this year. So please visit the borough website if you're interested in joining the public events committee. And also, finally, there's a correction that I would like to make, an apology for some confusion from a previous meeting. I was giving the borough an incorrect flyer unwittingly regarding the events, and they weren't able to post that. So I didn't realize the document was saving and sending correctly, so I would like to apologize for any confusion there. The most current information regarding our borough's events is on the borough official website. Thank you.
Very nice story, thank you. Councilwoman, yes, I'm sorry. Drew Blank, sorry.
For senior citizens, Camden County Board of Commissioners have announced the following activities. As I said 2 meetings ago, that they are putting more and more activities out for the seniors to get out. So just for seniors, after hours ceramic, they have a new piece for the spring. I have flyers if anybody would like a flyer. Classes started last night, but there's 4 classes in the month of April and 5 classes in the month of May. If you're interested, you need to sign up. There's still room to sign up. You have to be 60 or older. And again, if you want a flyer, I have a flyer. Just for seniors, having paint parties, you create your own masterpiece. You're going to be given step-by-step instructions what to do. You have all your supplies included. You can get a canvas that's either 11 by 14 or 12 by 12. For this, you have to be 55 or older, and again, I do have flyers for this, if anybody would like a flyer. And if anybody would like to start something new, Camden County Driving Range is holding free senior citizen golf lessons. Classes are limited to 10 people per class, so they need you to register to participate. I also have flyers for that, if anybody's interested. And then for the health department, President Biden has announced that the intent to end the national emergency and public health emergency on May 11th. Vaccines are still going to be given out at no cost to the public, but come late summer, early fall, that could change. The CDC is currently having Camden County at low levels, first time in, I can't say how long, that we're not medium or high, which is great. They are still, even though we're at a low level, they still want to keep up with their booster shots, their vaccines, to avoid people who have been exposed to COVID, or if someone has been exposed to COVID and you're with them, that you should isolate. If you go to CDC's website, there's a tab, it's your health, it's called Your Health. If you scroll down, there's a section called If You Are Exposed. And in there you answer some questions, and they will calculate how long you should actually isolate from anybody. So that's a little bit, but it's good that they have it out now, because in the fall, they don't know if it'll up again. Yesterday, Camden County reported between April 7th and April 10th, there were 44 new COVID cases. Today, they announced that there was 21 new COVID cases. From April 7th to today, not one of those cases is a Camden County resident. So that's great news. And they're saying the average age of people being affected right now is 42 years old. And that's all I have. Thank you.
Okay. All right, this time we're going to open the meeting to the public. Anyone from the public wishing to speak, please come to the microphone, state your name and address for the record, and please try to keep it to 5 minutes.
Diane Kazari, 637 Fifth Avenue. Cheryl, you were just talking about Homeward Bound with all the animals, they're looking for fosters and people to like help out with these dogs. So I have brought this up several times. Why does Lindenwold not do TNR? There are so many cats in this town, it's ridiculous. Just last month, we had to get 18 cats off of 4th Avenue. Because what's happening is, every 4 months, they have kittens. So if they're not fixed, they just keep reproducing if you're not trapping and catching them. So at least if it's TNR, they won't keep multiplying. So if you want to help, like you're saying with Homeward Bound, why can't we adopt TNR in this town to help the animals? It's out of control on the avenues with cats. They are everywhere, everywhere. And no one seems to do anything about it. So if you want to help, adopt TNR.
Thank you. Anyone else in public wishing to
Yeah, my name is Virginia Ford, it's 501 Fourth Avenue. Well, Samantha just forwarded to the Kathy Award reviews.
speak? Anyone else in public wishing to speak?
It's named David Shorter. From the time. Let's give honor to God, number 34. Thank the Councilwoman Sharp and Councilman, and whoever else is involved in trying to resolve the mice problems in the pine. They are really bad, really bad. They are better than what they were, but we still have them. I have spent quite a bit of money trying to get rid of the mice in my apartment. They're still there. We had the exterminator come out last week. He was down the crawl space. He said he put 3 traps down. But we have holes all over the building. So much they can do. But I'm trying to hang in there. But it's hard. Everywhere you go, everywhere I look in my apartment, it's mice problem. I have paid over $1,000. I had to get someone to come out to help me clean my apartment up. And it's still not clean. Everywhere I look, it's mice problem. I have a dog. I have to try to keep my floor as clean as I possibly can. They were in the windowsill, up underneath the bed, my walk-in closet, everywhere. But I'm trying to hang on. And one of the reasons I'm standing in Lindenwold is because I like Lindenwold. I like the location, especially the Lindenwold police. They haven't failed me yet. And I love them. I love Lindenwold police. And I told them I was going to move. They said, David, don't move. We don't want to lose you. I've been out there for almost 48 years. I got a notice. They're raising my rent $100. I'm already paying $1,000. But some people rent is not being raised as much. And I don't know why it's not. Oh, because you want to get rid of me? But guess what? I'm not going until I get ready to go. You can raise my rent as much as you want to. I will go to landlord tenant court. And that's what I'm going to do. If the judge says pay it, Jamie, I will pay it. But why raise my rent $100? I've been there for 48 years. I've never been late with my rent. Never had no problem with my rent. My rent was in advance. But when we got this slumlord that we have now, I took it out. Because I might go anytime. The man owns Northgate in Camden. I'm quite sure y'all know what Northgate is. Well, he's a slumlord. So that's what we have out there. We don't have no landscaping. We don't have no... we have nothing. And when I first moved out there, we had everything. My rent was $169. But now my rent is $990 plus $100. For what? I'm paying to have mice to live along with me and my daughter. But I thank Councilwoman Cheryl Sharp and Don Thompson and whoever else involved and trying to resolve these matters. But it's really hard, it's bad. I mean, I'm trying to get through it, but I don't know how much longer I can do it. Thanks a lot, Sheriff. Thanks a lot, son. Thanks a lot. I thank everybody, okay? But I'm not in the best of health, but I'm trying to go on, okay? I love each and every one, and thank y'all for y'all help. I know you get tired of listening to me, but who else can I go to? But the grace of God. That's the only thing that's keeping me is God. I have a tractor trailer, totaled my car. I have sciatic nerve. I can barely walk. Then I have a slip and fall all the time. Okay, once I got my little settlement, my rent went up $100,000. Okay? I got something for that. All right? Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, Mayor Rhodes. Thanks everybody. All right.
Good evening, Roxanne Berger, 11 Myrtle Avenue.
I forgot to sign that.
Last week, the last meeting, I appeared in front of you with a lot of numbers concerning the health of Lindenwold. And the question that I raised was, we have a building that could be utilized for access to resources that would help improve those numbers. Community centers are more than just a building. They are places of social, recreational, and educational activities that can promote a sense of pride in the township. Community centers can provide a wide range of activities that can be open to all of the residents of Lindenwold. Community centers can promote diversity and inclusiveness by allowing resources that benefit the residents of Lindenwold. Children need a safe environment to provide activities that will help stimulate their growth. Adults could use in this community access to job training. Some people might not have transportation. I'm about data, and several needs assessments that were done in Camden County and throughout New Jersey said that the lack of transportation is a barrier to receiving good quality health care. The community center is located on a major route, the White Horse Pike, and is easily accessible to our citizens. The Rutgers Needs Assessment noted that in Camden County, mental health ranks one of the top 5 community health issues, and a high percentage reported that mental health was considered a chronic disease that is affecting many residents in Camden County. Chronic health issues, whether physical and or psychosocial, have greatly affected the community of Lindenwold. As I said earlier, I reported very stark data regarding the health status of residents of Lindenwold concerning cancer statistics, because that's the field that I am specialized in. In many other public areas of comparison to the state, we have a lot of work to do to improve the health and safety of Lindenwold citizens. One of the things that struck me, that stuck out, was the lack of health insurance compared to the state. Once again, I'll reiterate those numbers of 15.1% of the citizens of Lindenwold are uninsured versus the state of 7.6%. Low birth rates rank out of 100,000, 9.2% under 5 pounds 8 ounces versus state level of 7.9%. From 2016 to 2019, residents of Lindenwold emergency department visits for asthma per 100,000 was 80.5 visits versus a state of 55.7. COPD, chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, ER visits was also above the state comparison, 34.1 versus 24.6 per 100,000 residents. Our lung cancer deaths are outrageous in this community. It's 10 times the rate of the state. And 22% of our residents smoke versus 15.4% of the citizens of New Jersey. One of the things that I have questioned and I still have not had answered is, why isn't the community center being utilized for more than what is being utilized now? We have an opportunity to bring citizens together in Lindenwold for a variety of activities, an educational program, an arts and cultural program. I found out that apparently we have a world-renowned bass player that lives in Lindenwold. I didn't know that. Can you imagine if we had able to work with that person and have a little mini show to expose the citizens to things like that? We have an artist on Berlin Road whose art is phenomenal. Wouldn't it be nice to showcase the talents of the citizens of Lindenwold in that building that sits empty? We have an opportunity to bring in healthcare agencies, not only Cooper, I work for Cooper, but other agencies in this community that could help Maryville with addictions.
Yeah.
Virtua has a health van that can come out. My department does free screenings for the uninsured and the underinsured. The opportunities that the community center poses are great, and I just feel like it's not being utilized to the potential that it can be utilized for. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else from the public wishing to speak?
Trevor Shaw, 805 Norcross Road. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I want to start with some thank yous for the policy and procedural updates for tonight, particularly as it relates to property maintenance and the codes surrounding that. We look forward to how those are going to be implemented across our community, particularly our apartment complexes. Mayor, I wanted to ask you, you mentioned briefly, you referenced something to do with the Mayor's Association and a spay or neuter. I just wondered if you could expand on that a little bit. I realize it's probably in its infancy, but just didn't know if you could either repeat or expand on that a little bit. Question for you about the audio-visual equipment at the Lindenwold Park. As I'm sure you guys are aware, the movie screen fell down last year. It's our understanding it was more than 20 years old. But also, more than 20 years old is all of the audio equipment that's there. And I know that a number of entertainers, as well as the school media center, has had a really difficult time in patching into that equipment. Oftentimes, they have to go out and rent their own audio equipment. Just wondering if there is a plan in place. I'm sure you guys didn't expect to only buy it once and then keep it forever. So is there a plan in place that's going to update that audio equipment, and then is there a plan in place to get a new screen hung for the movies before they start on Fridays in June? A couple of announcements that you guys may or may not know about. Axo Restaurant will be opening tomorrow at 1:30 across the street where the old Little Tuna was. We're pretty excited about that. Not only is he a resident of Lindenwold, but his food is banging, and people line up all over South Jersey to eat the food, so pretty exciting stuff. If you don't have anything going on tomorrow afternoon at 1:30 and you want to jump in line, stop right across the street. Another announcement is we'll be hosting, and by we I mean Love Lindenwold, we'll be hosting the 5th annual Earth Day cleanup on Saturday, April 22nd. If any of you want to come out and help the community clean up part of our community, we certainly invite you. Anyone can go on the Love Lindenwold Facebook page and check out the details there to get registered. Of course, it's free to attend. And if you're under 18 and you participate in the cleanup, we'll take care of some of your enrollment dues, your admission dues, National Honor Society dues, band instrument, whatever the activity is that you so choose. And then I'm going to end kind of where Roxanne left you, which is echoing these questions about the community center and the fact that there is no community at the community center. When will that change? Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else in the public wishing to speak?
Hey, got a question.
I just wanted to let everybody know, and thank our council for being accessible. I had a lovely talk with our council president last week about some ideas that I had. So if you feel like you can't speak here and you want to talk to the council, the numbers are available, and give them a call. We need to get to work.
Thank you. Anyone else in the public wishing to speak? Seeing none, close the meeting to the public and entertain a motion to open the council. Okay, I'm just wondering, I want to get from Trevor's things first because it's fresh in my mind. Trevor, that sound system is, you're right, it's not new. It was $80,000 when we bought it, and it is exactly 12 years old. They can hook up to it if they just let us know what equipment they need, we can get it. Sometimes they just don't communicate. Okay. As far as the trap nuclear release program.
The screen.
Oh, I'm sorry, the screen, yes, is being done. That was ordered last year. It's just really expensive, and they're waiting for the weather, which is really nice now. If they catch up on everything else, they will get it. It'll be done by June.
Perfect.
The trap nuclear release program is discussion going on right now with Camden County Mayor's Association, and we're trying to figure out a way to not just do it in Lindenwold, but to do it countywide. And that's what I'm waiting for. I mean, I'm almost positive we already have a trap nuclear release program that was signed on for, but you just have to do it yourself, and you have to take it there. If you want the cages, all you can do is ask the construct, ask the animal control, go animal control, or go to the animal shelter, and they will give you cages, and you can take them there, and they will do it.
It's not, we don't have a
Okay,
TNR.
thank you. All right, I'm sorry, now, anyone else from council?
Ms. Porter? Hello, you look very good. I was just saying to Dawn that you look excellent compared to how you were the last time I saw you. You look good.
Thank you.
So I'm glad to see that.
Thank you.
We are still working on the situation over there, and I do need to speak to you offline after the meeting about a couple of things, okay?
Thanks
So I'll catch up with you.
Everybody back
Ms. Grosstein. So I'm excited because we've had some great conversations about some health events that we want to do in Lindenwold for the residents. We're trying to coordinate some things, and then we'll present it to you guys once we get it together. But some exciting things about women's health and men's health, and working with some other organizations in town that already have something going on, and just trying to make it bigger, and that we reach more people, and hopefully we'll reach some of these uninsured people that Ms. Roxanne is talking about, that we'll be able to offer these services to them. So I'm excited about it. I know we got to work some things out, but we're really excited about it. And listen, we were just like brainstorming and talking about a whole bunch of things. I see the whole town doing Zoom. Okay, so I'm like excited about it. So we got to catch up too after the meeting. And that's it for me. What?
Roxanne, I agree with you. I want to thank you for your presentation with your health thing. I also think it should be used for some of our youth programs. Just so you know, you're not alone. Okay, thank you.
Anyone else? Seeing none, close the council, entertain a motion for adjournment, please.
So moved.
And a second.
Second.
All in favor? No, second. Thank you.